If you're thinking about starting a roof cleaning business, or maybe you want to add it on as an additional service to your existing exterior cleaning business, you might find this video useful. So in this video I'm going to be talking about all things roof cleaning. So roof cleaning as a general service, pricing, is it profitable, any risks and challenges, and ultimately how you can market it and any tips that I can think of if you do decide to add it on as a service. So I'm just going to waffle on as usual and draw on my own experiences as a roof cleaner, and as I always say, from the other cleaning companies that I work with and know and network with as well. So my experiences, their experiences, will hopefully give you a better understanding of roof cleaning as a service, and if you want to add it on, hopefully some tips that will help you. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is introduction to roof cleaning. I'm not going to get too much into each technique and way to clean a roof, but I'll just give you an overview of the popular methods and why people get their roofs cleaned. So first of all, why do people get their roofs cleaned? So people get their roofs cleaned. Here in the UK, it's different in the US. In the US, it's a lot of soft washing. It's mainly soft washing. In the UK, there's more methods that you can use. So I'm going to be focused on the UK techniques here. So first of all, why? So people get the roof cleaned because, as you may see, the tiles here in the UK get covered in moss, algae, lichen and lots of dirt, which can lead to a few things such as cracked tiles because the moss and algae get in between the tiles, freeze up in the winter, expand and can cause cracked tiles and get right underneath those tiles, causing leaks and structural damage to the roof. Other reasons is people will just find loads of moss in their gutters, constantly having to unblock the gutters, which can obviously cause leaks then and water going into the house, and people just don't like seeing their driveway or patio every day and having to pick up lumps of moss. That's what we get a lot with our customers. And then another reason is they just want it to look good, so get all the dirt off and get the original colour back to the tiles. What you may have read online, and it does cause a bit of controversy. I mean, I get a lot of comments on my videos, as do lots of other roof cleaners from particularly roofing companies. I'm not here to pick a fight with anyone. But you'll get a lot of you should never pressure wash a roof, you can't clean roofs. That's not true at all. You'll hear a lot that it removes the coating from roof tiles, and I'll tell you now that doesn't happen. Check the manufacturer guides for the roof tiles to tell you that the coating only lasts a certain amount of time, and if there's anything growing on it like lichen, dirt, algae, moss, the coating's long failed. So there are instances when of course you can take the coating off. For example, let's just say someone's got a newly coated roof, like I'm talking like a few years old. If you were then to go up and put too much pressure on and pressure wash it, you can easily take the coating off that. So that's when that point is valid. But overall, if someone's roof is covered in growth, then the coating's long gone anyway. So some people decide to get it resprayed and repainted after it's cleaned. Most people don't, but it's another service. I won't go into that today. But that's just a bit about roof cleaning as to why people would get it done, and then just a bit of controversy about that. But from my experience, and the experiences of lots of others, if you are safe and you use the correct techniques with the correct equipment, you do your training, maybe do some roof courses, you shouldn't damage your roof at all. People will say you shouldn't pressure wash a roof. I pressure wash every roof that we clean, and there's never been any damage. Yes, you can expose cracked tiles and some damage because the moss can grow over it, and there's loads of cracked tiles underneath. So if you remove the moss and you clean over it and a tile comes off, technically yes, it's damaged, but you didn't do it. You didn't cause that. It was already there. So, you got to assess each roof, see if it's safe and suitable to clean, check if it's been, if it's got fresh coating on, if it hasn't, all good. Check its structural integrity. You can take a look at it and you'll know pretty much straight away if it can be cleaned or not. If it's super old tiles and loads of cracks and tiles missing, gaps in the roof, a good tip is going upstairs into the loft and turning the lights off in the day and seeing if any daylight comes in. If you can see lots of daylight, then there's going to be gaps, so there could be leaks. So you got to do these checks, but overall, like I said, if you know what you're doing and you're safe and you practice, etc., you won't damage your roof. So that's just a bit of something to reassure you if you're worried about that. So there's a few ways that people do clean. We personally use low pressure wet wash, cold water. So you'll see on some of these videos I have like a 30-foot water-fed pole with a surface cleaner on top, and we use really low pressure to glide over the tiles and gently remove the moss, dirt and growth off it. So that's one technique. The second technique that people may use is air. So that's not nice and popular now. A friend of mine, Matt Brookfield, runs Cobra Air. So it's a new air system. So it's no water. So definitely no leaks. No risk of leaks. And that just gets all the moss off with using air. And then there's other techniques like roof scraping. I've never done. Very laborious and tough to do. Take a long time, but that's some people may consider that safer. You won't really see a big transformation with the roof scraping or air initially, because the water, when you pressure wash a roof, you get that initial wow and you get the colour back. It's a slow burner for air system and a scraping system, but by no means just as effective. It's just a bit slower, because no matter what you do with the roof cleaning technique, you'll always add a biocide on, and that will kill off anything that's living on the roof. So if you scrape or you use air, you'll put a biocide on, and then in a few months' time you'll get that colour back. Whereas if you pressure wash, you'll pressure wash it and then do the biocide, and you'll have that initial change, if that makes sense. So that's a few of the ways that you can clean roofs. That's why people get their roofs cleaned in the UK, and that's just a bit of an introduction for you as well. So let's go into why roof cleaning can be profitable. So roof cleaning is much more of a higher ticket item than pressure washing and gutters. So if gutters are, say, obviously it varies area to area, but let's say 100 quid for some gutters, 150 quid, and let's say 180 to 250 quid pounds for a driveway or patio on average. Your roofs are going to be probably triple that, at least triple that. So that's why it can be really profitable if you have a roof cleaning business, because if you can clean a roof in, say, a day, and you do 3 roofs a week, and you're making sales at £850 to £1,000 each roof. Can be a bit lower than that, of course it can, but it can also be double or triple that with larger roofs. But you get the picture of how you can quickly grow easily a 6-figure business from roof cleaning. And a lot of the roof cleaning businesses are doing that kind of money, and I know some doing multi-million pounds from it. So yeah, big profit can be made on these roof cleans. And in terms of your outgoings and your costs of each job, all you got to do is take off your biocide, your towers, but I'll get into that in a minute, and your labour and your petrol for your machines, and there's not too many other expenses. So it's high margins as well with roof cleaning, which is why it can be so lucrative. So if you're looking for something that's going to bring you in more money, for not necessarily, by no means less work, so I'll get into that in a minute, but say if you have to do 10 driveways in a week, you might only have to do 1 or 2, 3 roofs to make your money, to make your goals. So that's why it can be really good, and yeah, not too many overheads, so definitely profitable, and not much to go out. So that's a bit about the money side of it. In terms of one more thing I'd just like to mention about profitability is when you clean a roof, if you do a good job, the difference is crazy. So you can check out some of my time lapses or before and afters, or anyone else's, and you'll see it's when it's clean, it's like, wow, that looks crazy. It looks like a new roof. And a lot of time the neighbours, obviously because you're causing this like loud noise and you're making a mess when you're cleaning, the neighbours do look out, and when they notice that theirs is dirty, and then then the neighbours that you're working on are clean, it's almost like keeping up with the Joneses with roof cleaning. It's like, oh wow, maybe I should get mine done as well. So that can happen a lot. So it's profitable in the sense that yes, each roof clean is high ticket, but then quite often you'll get the neighbours coming out and booking you as well. So that's definitely happened with me and my company, and it's happened with all the other companies I know as well. It kind of sells itself. So one roof clean at like £1,000 could turn into like £3,000 if you're doing 2 or 3 other houses on the street. So something that I'd like to mention, because it does happen a lot. There are some challenges that come with roof cleaning. So the first one is safety. So obviously when you're pressure washing, you're ground level, so there's not too much risk at all. With the roof cleaning, obviously you're off the ground, you're at roof height or gutter level, so there's way more risk with it. So there's a few ways that you can do it. One is a cherry picker, but only, I would say, larger companies have a cherry picker because they're expensive to hire. So you've either got to buy one, and it's a big outlay for that, big cost for that. But once you've got it, you've got it, or you can hire it, and even to hire them is expensive. So, but you've got a cherry picker that will take you up, and you have full control over the roof, moving it left and right, up, down, getting you into all the bits that you can't get, just on a ladder or something like that. Never work off a ladder, by the way. That's not good for roof cleaning. So that's cherry pickers one, and then the second one would be to have like a scaffolding tower, like a mobile tower, which is what we use. We use a My Tower. And that is, you just construct it in about 10 to 25 minutes, and once you're up there, you've got 2 levels, and you can clean from the top level then to get the top of the roof, and then lower levels you can go down a level. So yeah, cherry picker or a scaffolding tower. But obviously because you're working at like 6 meters and sometimes higher, way more risks. And to do that safely, you should go and do a PASMA course, which is what I did and what you meant to do. which is basically a course where it teaches you how to build and dismantle mobile towers safely and work from them in the correct way to reduce risk when you're up there at heights. So that's PASMA. So you'll find one that's local to you. Just type that in PASMA. Check that out, because I would never clean a roof or start a roof cleaning company until you've done that, and you've got that certification, and you've just got that peace of mind that you're doing things safely for sure. So that's one risk. The second one, I think I said to you, said a minute ago, it's very, very laborious, and it's tough on the body. Don't underestimate it. Videos on YouTube and TikTok and stuff, even some of my own videos make it look really easy, but it's not at all. It's, first of all, you're up at like 6 meters, then you're holding and trying to control a 30 to 35 foot pole with pressure and trying to control that. And it's your shoulders, your arms, even your core, and lots of muscles that you've never even used before or felt. You'll feel when you're cleaning a roof. It's crazy. So just bear that in mind. It's nowhere near as easy as it looks, and it's really tough on your body. So if you're churning 2 or 3 roofs out a week, especially if you're on your own, it's tough. I'd always have someone with you if you can. I've done a lot of my roof cleans on my own, and I regretted it. My dad does a lot with me, and when my dad works with me, it's way easier. It's so much easier, and it'll save you time and stress on the body. So that's another challenge. Working from height, don't underestimate how tough it is on the body too. What else could we do with risks? Chemicals. So you're obviously using biocide treatments, biocide chemicals, which are very strong and dangerous. So do your chemical course before you get into that. You've got to know what you're doing, because you can harm the environment, wildlife, and harm yourself as well. It's strong stuff. Don't underestimate that stuff. So make sure you know what you're doing with that too. So let's go into now maybe a bit about marketing and how you can market a roof cleaning company. So the great thing about marketing a roof cleaning company is the difference is so noticeable, and the transformations are so amazing to see, that it quite often does market itself. So like I said, the neighbours quite often they'll definitely will look at it. Or think if there's like 10 dirty roofs in a row, and then one's just gleaming in the middle, people are always going to look at it every day when they're driving or going past it. And they'll want theirs done too quite a lot of the time. And even if they don't, if you can film every job and take pictures, that content that you can put online then will automatically draw people who want it done. Even if they don't want it done themselves, you'll get lots of views on your videos. I certainly get lots of views on my roof cleaning videos because people love watching them. So for marketing, you've got to be posting and filming every job, in my opinion, and put it on social media, because you will generate a lot of views from it, and then consequently you'll get work from that. But the second I want to talk about is Facebook ads. So obviously I bang on about Facebook ads a lot, but for roof cleaning, they can literally print money. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. They are absolutely amazing. Let's just say you spend £1,000 on ad spend in a month on roof cleaning. If I was to get you 100 leads, or someone was to get you 100 leads, and you close even just 10% of them at £1,000 a roof, or even a bit less, you're looking at 10 grand. It's literally they work really well on Facebook ads, because, like I said, the transformation is so amazing. So if you have a good creative, a good video for your ads, or a good photo, people will stop, because it's scroll stopping content. They will see that, and if they need it done, they'll fill out your form. And you don't need many to make a profit of roof cleaning. And even if your conversion rate's only 10%, if you get that up to like 15, 20, and you get 100 leads, you'll be in serious profit. And it is a case of then if £1,000 gets me about £10,000 back, spend £2,000 on ad spend and get 30,000. You can see how quickly you can scale and all the work you can get in very quickly. So that's why it's really easy to market, in my opinion, a roof cleaning business if you do a good job. Socials, Facebook ads, really, really strong, and it just, you have that social proof, and as soon as people see that, they're just like, yeah, I want it done. So if it's in their head already, it's a no-brainer to get in touch and contact you. And if you can get back to them quickly, and you can give them a fair price and a good quote, and if you can be presentable and professional, then you can grow a roof cleaning business really quickly. So if you've seen my story before, so I started January 2025, I went live with the business. By mid-Feb, I was full-time, and that was from running some ads I did Google ads, and I also did Facebook ads for roof cleaning. And the leads and the work were just coming in. And right now we're running roof cleaning ads for other exterior cleaning companies. And the results are absolutely amazing. Some people at the minute are getting like over 10 times their ad spend back purely on roof cleaning ads. and they're booking up their calendar from like in January and getting full for like April. So they're booking out 3 or 4 months in advance. So if you ever want to talk to me about roof cleaning ads on Facebook, comment down below or send me a message on Instagram and we can chat about that. But yeah, they work really well, roof cleaning ads on Facebook. So one more thing I'd like to talk about is competition for roof cleaning companies. So you may be seen online in Facebook groups, on Instagram or whatever, on forums, that people say that the pressure washer industry is saturated and there's too many people. I personally don't believe that at all. I think there's so many properties to clean that there's nowhere near enough companies really. Especially if you can market yourself and stand out. There's no competition. There's not a lot of competition really, because loads of houses, you can elevate yourself above your competition with good marketing. You'll be absolutely fine. But with roof cleaning, there's way less competition than with pressure washing and gutter cleaning. So let's just say if there's 10 other pressure washing companies in your area, there's probably only going to be a couple who offer roof cleaning, because only a lower percentage, I would probably say 10 to 20% of exterior cleaning companies do offer full-time roof cleaning, be it either because they're not trained in it, they're scared of it, they've seen that they think they're going to break someone's roof, they know how physical it is, so they can be put off by that. I know when I first started, I was booked out for like 2 months with straight flat out roof cleans, and I was thinking, is this for me? Like, I was really thinking that this is absolutely knackering on my body. I was thinking, do I want to do this forever? But then when the money keeps coming in, and on a lovely sunny day, you're up there above the roofs, and then it's just, life's good. You put some music on, clean away, see the transformation, earn a good wage from it. So that's when I was like, no, I'm going to stick with it. But for a lot of people, they don't stick with it, so the competition is much lower. So it's great. So you're not competing with too many people, and the ones that you are competing with, if you can elevate your marketing and stand out from them, then the work won't really dry up if you keep marketing it and keep getting those leads in. You can go all year. It's not seasonal. I should have said this probably at the start. It's not a seasonal service. So with pressure washing, obviously looking at kind of end of Feb, start of March to maybe September time, and then gutters kick in. Roofs are all year round. So ads work well in the winter because less people advertise. But our busiest times will always be in the winter, probably for roofs. Maybe because in the summer we changed to pressure washing, but we can go all year roof cleaning and it won't die down. So that's another thing to think about as well, is you don't have to worry about a drop off come September time like you do with pressure washing. Roof cleaning is just constant. Keep marketing, keep getting the leads in, keep booking them. You'll be absolutely fine all year without a drop in your work, sorry. So you don't have to worry about too much competition. So it's a good business to grow, and it's a business that you can scale really quickly. Sometimes too quickly. I've seen people do it because you can keep getting so many leads in and keep booking jobs. It's very tempting to book in more than you can handle when you think, oh, now I'll hire now. But something you got to consider there is because you're working on someone's roof, and it might sound weird or cheesy, but like it's protecting them. It's important to them, their roof. Obviously, it's protecting them and their family. So you have to show it respect, and you have to do a good job and know what you're doing. So if you just scale too quickly and you hire anyone, and can you really trust them to do a good job and to look after someone's roof, because your reputation's on the line. So you can scale too quickly. That might be a different video for a different time about scaling, because it's important. I've scaled a business too quickly before, a different business, and I know lots of people who have downsized and downscaled their roof cleaning businesses because there's so much work there. It's tempting just to go crazy, but then think about your profits, the stress. Can you trust this staff to go and do as good a job as you will do? A lot of the time, it's no. So that's something to think about as well. But overall, if you're thinking of starting a roof cleaning business, or you want to add it on to your existing exterior cleaning business, I would say definitely do it, but make sure you are safe when you work. You do your training courses, both the PASMA and chemical, and also do a roof cleaning course. So I did 2 courses. I'm not here to promote any particular one, but the 2 that I did, I did 3 days with Clean Core UK and Chad Campbell, who was really great to me. I had 3 days up in Yorkshire with him, and also did the AE Macintosh roof cleaning course, which was a 1-day, half classroom, half practical base, where you got hands on with the kit. Both are great. Both taught me a lot. So yeah. PASMA course, chemical course, roof cleaning course, practice first. Make sure you're safe, do a good job, know your pressures, and if you do all of that and you can market yourself correctly and you can advertise, you can grow a roof cleaning business really quickly, and it can sustain you all year round. And if you do it right, you won't be short of work. So I definitely recommend it. But remember how hard work it is. Remember it can be dangerous and risky, so know what you're doing. And be prepared for that shock to your body if you do it, because it can be, well, you'll see if you do it, it's can be tricky to begin with, but you'll get used to it. So that's hopefully given you a bit more information about roof cleaning in general and as a whole, an overview. If you'd like me to go into any more details about roof cleaning, anything in particular, let me know in the comments down below. If you'd like any help about marketing your roof cleaning business, drop me a message on Instagram or comment down below and I'll get back to you as well. But hopefully you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one.